The Eagles' world just got rocked, and it's the kind of news that hits fans in the gut. Imagine this: you trade for a Pro Bowl veteran, you picture him stepping onto Lincoln Financial Field in green and white, adding stability, experience, and fire to your secondary, and then, almost out of nowhere, he steps away. That's exactly what happened with Gyer Alexander. It all started quietly. Late Tuesday, news broke that Alexander, a two-time second-team All-Pro, had informed the Eagles he would be stepping away from football. The reason? A mix of physical wear and tear and the mental grind of playing at the highest level. He wants to get himself right before even thinking about his future. For a cornerback who has been so dynamic in his prime, this is a gut punch for a team that envisioned him as a key piece in their defensive puzzle. The timing is almost cinematic. Just 2 weeks ago, Howie Roseman pulled the trigger on a trade to bring Alexander in. Expectations were high. He was reunited with Christian Parker, the coach under whom Alexander had flourished in Green Bay, and Eagles fans allowed themselves to dream, a veteran presence, mentoring the young corner room, adding depth, and maybe even taking the field against the Packers on Monday Night Football. Alexander had practiced, looked healthy, and reassured everyone he was ready. But as the game approached, the coaches made a call: he wouldn't travel. Then came Tuesday's announcement, and suddenly, all the plans changed. Questions swirl: will Philadelphia get their draft pick back? Will there be some quiet resolution with Baltimore? And most importantly, what does this mean for a cornerback room that was already under pressure to perform at an elite level? Alexander's departure isn't just a roster move, it's a seismic shift for the Eagles. It forces the team to pivot, to consider options like Asante Samuel Jr. from the Steelers' practice squad, and it adds more weight to an already turbulent season. For fans, it's a reminder of how fragile football careers can be, and how quickly expectations can crumble. This isn't just news. It's a story of potential, hope, and sudden uncertainty. The Eagles now face a moment of reckoning. How they respond in the wake of this shock could define the trajectory of their season. The ripple effect of Gyer Alexander's sudden step away from football hits harder than most realize. This wasn't just a player leaving, it's a domino that forces the Eagles to reassess an already complex cornerback room. The story starts with the Ravens, who traded Alexander for a veteran presence in their secondary. But even there, it became clear that injuries had taken a toll. Alexander's recent years have been a battle against his own body. In 2024, he played just 7 games. In 2023, 7 games again. Even in 2022, when he seemed fully healthy, he put up stellar numbers: 14 PBUs, 5 interceptions, but the signs were already there. His explosiveness wasn't what it once was. In his brief stint with Baltimore, he allowed 5 catches on 5 targets for over 100 yards in just 2 games. He was even listed as a healthy scratch. The Ravens were sending a subtle message: we love your experience, but your body may not keep up anymore. And that brings us to the Eagles. Howie Roseman made the move to bring him in, reunite him with Christian Parker, and strengthen a cornerback room full of promise, but also uncertainty. Fans and analysts alike began asking, what now? How does the team fill the void left by a player who never even stepped onto the field in green? Philadelphia made the first moves quickly. Alexander was placed on the reserve/retired list, and Jackson Bennett was activated. Bennett is a player who had flashes of brilliance before injury struck early in the season. Many remember his stunning block on a field goal against the Rams that set up Jordan Davis's scoop and score. He's now healthy and ready to compete for snaps opposite Quinnen Mitchell. Then there's Adoree Jackson and Kelee Ringo. Jackson, who many had written off earlier, has quietly been proving himself, allowing minimal yardage and showing steady growth. Ringo remains the team's potential star, with elite traits and raw talent that could explode at any moment. With these 3 young corners, the Eagles might feel comfortable, but there's always that "what if" lurking in the back of every fan's mind. And that's where Asante Samuel Jr. enters the conversation. The Steelers scooped him onto their practice squad after visits with multiple teams, but here's the key: practice squad players are fair game. The Eagles could still sign him to their active roster, giving them another dynamic piece in the secondary. It's a tantalizing possibility, and in a season defined by surprises, it's exactly the kind of chess move Philadelphia might pull off. The Eagles' cornerback room is now a blend of youth, potential, and opportunity. With Bennett stepping up, Jackson finding his stride, Ringo developing, and possibly Samuel Jr. on the radar, the team's approach to the back end of the defense is entering a new chapter. But the shadow of Alexander's abrupt departure still hangs over the locker room, a reminder of how quickly plans can unravel in the NFL. The conversation around Asante Samuel Jr. adds a new layer of intrigue to the Eagles' cornerback saga. He's not just another name on the board, he carries NFL bloodlines. His father, Asante Samuel Sr., left a lasting legacy in Philadelphia, a cornerback who made game-changing plays and delivered in the biggest moments. Now, Jr. has the chance to carve out his own path, and the timing couldn't be more compelling. With Gyer Alexander stepping away, the door opens for the Eagles to explore creative solutions, and Samuel Jr., currently on the Steelers' practice squad, suddenly becomes a tantalizing option. It's hard not to read between the lines. Social media adds a subtle, human element to the story. Samuel Sr. recently quote-tweeted news of Alexander stepping away with a pair of eyeball emojis. You can almost feel the unspoken question: could his son get a shot in Philadelphia? It's speculative, but in a league built on opportunity and timing, moments like these can change a career, and perhaps a season. Meanwhile, the drama around A.J. Brown continues to simmer. It's exhausting for fans, players, and analysts alike, but it's impossible to ignore. Last night, Brown appeared on a Madden Twitch stream, playing with a prominent streamer who happens to be a diehard Washington Commanders fan. Casual conversation quickly turned into a revealing glimpse at his mindset. When asked how things were going, Brown's answer was blunt: "I'm struggling, brother." Later, he joked, but with an edge, that if anyone had him on fantasy football, they should get rid of me. The frustration is there, woven into the humor, the digital banter, and the subtle digs about his role in Philadelphia. Even in a virtual game, his talent shone. Playing Madden as the Eagles, Brown scored a touchdown and showcased why he remains one of the most explosive receivers in the league. But his digital success contrasts sharply with his on-field dissatisfaction, and the tension is undeniable. The Eagles are left balancing a delicate equation, managing his frustration while trying to maximize a player whose talent is undeniable. In this cornerback drama and wide receiver tension, the Eagles face a season defined by constant pivoting. Injuries, trades, mental health, and contract frustrations all intersect, creating a landscape where every decision matters, and timing is everything. As the team navigates these challenges, fans are left watching not just a roster, but a story unfolding in real time, filled with what-ifs, opportunities, and the weight of legacy. A.J. Brown's frustration isn't hard to understand. It's the product of a player who refuses to settle for mediocrity. This is a wide receiver who won a Super Bowl, who has been an All-Pro 3 straight seasons, and yet he still chases perfection. Even in casual conversations, even in a video game stream, that fire burns. He wants greatness. He wants impact. And right now, he feels like he isn't getting it. This season has been a strange one for Brown. A hamstring injury sidelined him for a crucial game against the Giants, and even when healthy, the targets haven't always been there. The passing game has been inconsistent, a roller coaster of hot streaks and cold slumps. And while Devontae Smith is thriving, and Puka Nacua is getting creative looks designed to maximize his production, AJ's numbers have dipped. 31 catches for 48 yards and 3 touchdowns may sound respectable, but for a player of his caliber, it's a source of real frustration. Brown's talent hasn't faded, and when he's on the field, he can still take over games. Against the Rams and Vikings, he's had moments of brilliance, those big plays that remind everyone why he's one of the best. But the inconsistency of targets, the ebb and flow of the offense, and the mounting media attention have created tension. Even teammates and fans can sense it. AJ's voice, his body language, and even casual remarks hint at a player wrestling with patience and expectations. Off the field, Brown remains a leader. He's voted a team captain, beloved in the locker room, and respected for his professionalism and intensity. But the question now becomes, how much distraction can a team tolerate, even from a superstar? The Eagles are 7-2, leading the NFC, and in prime position to repeat as Super Bowl champions. They've built a culture of we, not me, and every disruption, no matter how talented the source, can threaten that delicate balance. Financially, the Eagles also face a crossroads. Brown commands over $30 million per year, while Devontae Smith is approaching $25 million. The team could consider a long-term strategy, develop a young, cost-controlled wide receiver to pair with Smith, maintain depth, and reset their cap flexibility. It's a practical move, but also one that could signal the end of Brown's chapter in Philadelphia. There's even speculation, playful, conspiratorial, that Brown himself could be subtly shaping the narrative. Reports about potential trades, rumors of teams calling, and whispers in the media could be influenced by him, a way to assert pressure and signal discontent. Whether fact or fiction, the uncertainty lingers, adding another layer of drama to an already intense season. In short, A.J. Brown embodies the paradox of modern sports stardom, unparalleled talent and drive, paired with the potential to disrupt even the most disciplined team culture. The Eagles now face a critical decision: manage the distraction and aim for a repeat championship, or consider the long-term reset that might reshape their receiving core. Either way, this story is far from over, and the implications will ripple through Philadelphia long after the season ends.